Hey everybody, we are back. Episode 26. You and your slow-mo.
26.
26. We are super fired up. You're fired up. I feel redundant saying I'm so excited because I say that from day one. I've said that, but it's true.
Everyone is exciting.
Everyone is a miracle that we're in here. Everyone's a miracle that we're actually getting in here and doing this shit.
And no.
Anyway, welcome to episode 26.
Yep.
We are back, and guess what time it is? It is
Advice column.
time for advice from our lovely followers. We got a lot. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit them all in. We got more than we expected. I'll be honest.
Yeah, which makes me feel good.
Yeah, no, totally. And so we're going to try and fit them all in this podcast. And if we don't, or in this episode, and if we don't, we'll have them carry over to the next one. For those of you who are new, and this is your first time listening to us, the last week of every month, we take questions from our lovely followers.
Yes.
And we are going to answer them to the best of our knowledge. So, but before we get started, I want to talk about today's excursion that we did today.
Early this morning.
Yeah. So, I have a godson, and his name is Taika, and he is a beagle. And if you don't know what a beagle is, it is not a bagel, it is a beagle, and he is a dog, and he's super cute. And he is the son of Josh and Mayo. And he had his first, he's been doing little amateur, they're dog competitions.
Okay.
Yeah. And so today was his first real one. He's been doing little amateur, or he did an amateur one or two amateur ones. And today was the big day. Today was the actual dog show.
Yeah.
And I kept telling Tate, we cannot be late because I'm assuming these things run on time. And he goes on at 8 a.m. And it's a Saturday. So I'm like, ah. So we got up early. We went. The maps took us the wrong way, so we had to loop all the way back around. We had to find parking, whatever. By the time we got there, dog show was over, or at least his class
was over.
His category. Yeah. It was literally, I think Josh said it was less than 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and we got there at 25 after or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was pretty cool to watch. I've never been. I don't know if any of you guys have been to an actual dog show.
Yeah,
like a dog competition. I've seen them on ESPN, but I don't watch them because I'm like, boring.
Yeah. Well, on ESPN they just show the actual, but they
show the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs in the competition. But today
we got to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, the behind the scenes.
How the sausage is made.
Yeah, and how serious these people are.
Listen.
I'm not laughing. I just was blown away.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh.
We're laughing because it's funny.
Yeah.
Because if you've never seen something and it's it blows your mind.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So dog show, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's like car racing.
Yeah.
Right? Like the F1 or the, what's the other one?
Just they go in a circle.
Yeah, they go in a circle.
Yeah.
For hours.
It's all left turns or something, right?
I don't know.
It's constant left turn.
NASCAR, that's what it's called.
Okay.
It's so boring. I want to watch the last lap. That's it.
Sure.
So anyway, but that's me, right? And other people, that's a huge thing for them.
Yeah.
Anything that's that interesting or unique, super expensive, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
So when we pulled up,
it was not at all what I expected.
What did you expect?
I didn't think it was that big, for one, right? And then number two, how organization of
dude,
it's pretty legit. It's pretty you know what I mean?
I don't mean to cut you off, honey, but I told him, remember we were walking, we parked the car and we were walking out, and I was like, well, first of all, when we pulled in, I was like, holy shit, this is a whole thing?
Yeah.
This is a whole thing. It was like a stadium.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. And people had campers.
Yeah.
And literally laid out the red carpet for their dogs.
For their dogs.
And then we were pulling up and I saw these two, I got to look them up. I'm going to put a picture up here. But there are those two, there was two of these big fancy schmancy dogs that were really tall. And they had the long snout and the long hair.
Yeah.
They had bonnets on their heads. And I'm all, they must be girls. That's me being, gendering a freaking bonnet. But they had them around here.
Yeah.
And they look like distinguished little ladies, was walking across the parking lot. I don't know. They could have been male. Who knows? But they look like, in the 50s when the women used to wear those scarves over their heads. And
Little House on the Prairie.
No. The 50s?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I didn't say the 1850s. I said the 50s, like 1950, when they
Oh,
wore.
the scarf from
They
the.
would
from the
They would drive in the convertibles and they would put scarves over their heads.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
those dogs look like.
Yeah.
And they were walking like
Yeah.
this. I was like, dude, that's wild. They have bonnets on their heads. Maybe it's to make their hair smooth. So they don't
No,
have.
but what's her name told us why they were, right?
No, I'm telling
yeah.
you, why do they have bonnets on their heads?
Yeah.
It's not raining. Is there? Maybe they want to keep their. Maybe they did their hair and they want to keep it nice and, I don't know, perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Some of them weren't even walking. Some of them were in movable cages.
they were. Well, I don't think they use the word cage. I think they use the word crate.
Crate, yeah.
But they were like wagon crates.
Yeah.
And they were they were like limos. They were just like.
They were pushed.
And they had fans like blowing like wind into the little thing, and they were like, I was blown away.
Yeah.
They were just doing it.
It's pretty cool.
And these people just arriving, right? I guess their class starts later,
Right.
And they were unpacking an unfathomable amount of shit out of their back of their car.
Yeah.
Their little SUVs, their little crossovers. It was crazy.
Well, I was telling you, when we went to the restroom, this guy was setting this thing up. It looked weird. It was like, had like a tripod for legs. And I was like, what's that guy doing? And then I went to the restroom and I came back and it was basically like a bike, like I've seen them before. Guys set up their bikes in the garage to work on. It's like a bike stand and then it has these prongs.
A bike stand for a dog?
Yeah. So it was like a bike stand for a dog.
Dude, that's sad. Because they're treating these. Okay, listen. I don't mean to judge, but I am judging. These dogs are like property.
Yeah.
They're treating them like classic cars, and they're like showcasing them and stuff. And I get it. They do it with horses. They do it with all kinds of. It's just kind of sad. Like, I'm a dog lover. We have 3 dogs, and I'm like, my dog jumps on my head. Like, when we're on the couch. Like, he could never. He could never be in a dog show. He's the most unruly dog you've ever met. But it's like. That's what dogs are supposed to do. Anyway, they were just like, it was wild. It was actually really cool. And I was telling you, remember?
Yeah.
I said, hey, and this is for all you guys out there who like maybe can't afford therapy. Go watch a dog show. It costs us $10 to get in. Go watch a dog show. Instant serotonin. Instant. Like, I was like literally kind of tearing up going, look how cute they are.
The dogs are so pretty.
And they're so
pretty.
They're dialed
Every single one of them.
They're dialed in. I saw a little poodle. So if you guys know, I'll put a picture of my Darla up here. We call her the rat. She's a multi-poo. But she could never. These little poodles, one of them on the back of their back butt, like the top of their, right where their tail, had 2 little puff balls. Someone groomed 2 little puff balls on there, and then there was a puff ball on the end of their tail. Yeah. And then there was 2 puff balls right behind their ears.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So...
And the way they walk like they're all snobby.
Remember I was saying, it's like the movies, like the dogs in the movies.
Like those, not the Aristocats. What is it? Like Pets. Is it called Pets?
I think so.
Where when the humans leave, they all talk to each other.
Yeah.
And they're all like, there's like the prissy, like, poodle.
Secret Life of Pets or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what it's called. But damn, this is a whole thing. And I was like enamored. So we're done. Or Taika was already done. He went in the first round and they're like, next. Like, he didn't even make it to the second round. I was like, damn, right? So I called my cousin. He's like, oh, we're over here. We're all like the little, they have booths where you can buy shit for your dog. Yeah. What a scam that is, too. We're in the wrong business. We are in the wrong. We need to start a side hustle for, like, the guy who owns Chewy, the Amazon for, like, dogs or whatever. That guy's a bajillionaire. You know why? Because people love pets more than they love dogs more than they love people. And rightly so. We are not good enough for dogs. Dogs are too good for us.
Too good for us.
But that's people were just buying shit left and right. And I was like, man, we're in the wrong business. Jesus. So anyway, we talked to him. And then he was telling us that, or Josh was telling us, yeah, man, they're really serious over here.
Yeah.
And I knew that because I had a tank top on. I think you were wearing that tank top, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We walk in. First of all, everyone's, I don't know, between the ages of 60 and 100. I'm not even joking. There's nothing but a sea of white hair. Predominantly a white sport.
Yeah.
Nothing but Caucasians walking their dogs around. We were at an expo, like the stadium, and there was probably 50 to 60 disabled spots, all taken up.
All taken.
And then we see people driving in and they got their white hair and they're like circling like vultures trying to find a disabled spot. And I'm like, dude, this is a white people with money kind of sport. And I also told you that it was like, because I was a competitive cheerleader. It was
Sure.
like dance moms and competitive cheerleading,
Yeah.
or like a beauty
Yeah.
pageant or whatever. Because you walk and everybody's going.
Yeah, man.
They're just,
Yeah.
and Josh and Mayo said the same thing. They were looking him up and down. And I told Josh, yeah, good thing your husband is white or white presenting. He's not white, but he's half white. But he's white presenting because they would look at you if you try to strut that dog around and they go, nope, nope, too dark. The dog? No, the owner. Get him out. Dude, what a wild sport. It was fun though.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
It was so uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like from the parking lot all the way in.
I know.
Because of all the stairs and all the looks.
Yeah.
And all the like this.
Yeah.
But I was just so enamored by the dogs.
I
It
know.
didn't bother me.
Didn't it make you super happy?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys go to a dog show.
Yeah.
If you can't afford therapy
Go
or
to-
you just
yeah.
need a quick fix, go
Yeah.
to a dog show.
I just saw the dogs, man.
And dogs are awesome. Tate was like drooling over these giant mastiff dogs that they were showing.
I
And
think they're called borobles or something like that.
Borobles?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I saw it. I saw
Oh
a
my
video.
gosh. I don't know.
There's 1,000 of them.
There's every walk of life for dogs. It was there and it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Anyway, that's what we did. We drove, I don't know, an hour to get to somewhere where the show was already over. I don't know.
It sounded good, man. It was fun.
We got our shot of serotonin. Oh my gosh. Okay. Our Zoomies are over. We're going to talk about, we're going to get right into it. And we are going to talk about, or actually, we're going to answer questions that you guys submitted. And by the way, we're going to keep them all anonymous because only one of you, out of everybody that every response that we got, said, please keep me anonymous.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep you all anonymous
Yeah,
if
just-
that's okay. And if you want to shout out, hey, that's my question, that's on you.
That's
You
on
can
you.
do that, but
Yeah.
we're going to keep you all anonymous.
Yeah.
Does that sound good, babe?
That sounds fair.
Okay, so we're going to start with question number 1.
Yes.
And we're going to keep with our theme of pride, because it's still Pride.
Yes. Happy Pride.
Month.
Happy Pride.
And so we're going to kick it off with this question. And go ahead and start us off, babe.
Okay. So the question is, how do I educate my dad about the LGBT plus community that I'm a part of?
Okay. So I think a lot of these questions are going to go back to I need a lot of context, and this is one of them. So I don't know if this person came out already to their dad, or if they're thinking about it, or if they already came out and their dad doesn't accept it. Like there's a whole bunch of moving pieces here that I don't know about. So to keep it general, let's just operate under the fact that this person has already come out.
Sure.
And maybe they accept him, and they just keep saying dumb shit because they're not familiar and it's new.
Sure.
We talked about this on the last podcast.
Yeah.
It was new for us and we have to navigate it. We're going to make mistakes. And so we need to be corrected, and that's okay.
Okay.
So I would say, like, I don't know, if they don't accept them, then it's not your job to educate them. Okay. That's why I said let's operate under the fact that their dad accepts them. We can only operate it under how Dason educates us,
Exactly.
right? And it's basically just gentle correcting. So I would do that if your dad is, saying stuff that's inappropriate, using language that is inappropriate or slurs or anything like that, and maybe he's not doing it in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's just that's how he grew up.
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
So that's what he's used to.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to gently remind him,
Yeah.
oh, it's this. That's one. And hopefully he has humility so that he won't take offense to your corrections. The other thing, too, is, maybe have conversations
Yeah.
and say, is there anything you want to know about the community? That could be a good starter.
That I'm a part of.
Like, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
And you can go that route. I think that would be the easiest way. If I were a parent, and I am a parent, hello. If going back to when Dason first, came out to us,
Yeah.
I asked a ton of questions.
Yeah.
Or if I'm talking and she corrects me, I'm like, okay, hold on. Help me understand all the pronouns because I'm getting confused.
Sure.
Like, what does this mean versus this? And how come it's like I had a genuine question at the very beginning. what's the difference between being gay and being queer? Or if you're a lesbian, are you queer? Are you gay? Like it's just there. It's confusing if you don't know and you're not part of that community. So, I mean, that's what I would do.
It could be those simple things that he doesn't understand because of the way he was raised and the way he grew up.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of sharing with him. Hey, we don't talk like that anymore. We don't say those words anymore. We kind of use these instead. And
Yeah.
he'll probably say why, right? And then you just explain to him.
Yeah.
You know?
But my guess is the question was asked because maybe they're not moving in a direction that they want them to, and
It's a possibility.
they're still kind of pushing back or whatever.
It is a possibility.
Or I'm too old. I'm an old dog. I don't learn new tricks, kind of thing. I mean, that's what I would do.
Sure.
I would have that open conversation. And if you don't have that kind of relationship with your dad, maybe a book that really resonated with you would resonate with him, and just leave it on the table with a bow on it and say, this is a great read, you should read it.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That's my take on it, in that I would be like, if I had a good relationship with them, I would say, hey, can we talk? Is there anything you want to need? If you want that, do you want to know anything about my lifestyle?
Yeah.
You know, or maybe if he's uncomfortable, say, hey, I know this is really uncomfortable for you when I came out, but I want to make it so that it's not uncomfortable for you.
Yeah.
And we can find some common ground. And then ask, is there any questions that you want to ask me?
That's good too.
Or is there anything that you're confused about?
Yeah.
Or maybe you say, I know that was a shock. What are you feeling at that? Like, what are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
You know? And that's going to make them give you an answer. Unless they're just shut and then they're closed off, you know?
Right.
So.
But bottom line is communication. There's only so much you can do too. I mean, if I'm being honest, right? Because you can't make him.
Yeah.
Right? Or her or whatever, right? Like you can't make them do something if
not
they don't
ready
want
to
if
do
they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So
And then on the flip side of that, if they're pushing back or they don't want to learn, and you're like, how can I do this? Because I know you really want your dad. It sounds like you really want your dad to be a part of your life in this community. Give yourself grace, because it is not your job to make sure that people understand 100%.
Yeah.
They got to meet you halfway. We've done it. We've read books. We've listened to podcasts. We've talked to our daughter. We're doing the work. Are we perfect? No. Well, I am, but you're not.
could always be better.
You can always be better. Yeah, but like, we're doing the work.
Yeah.
We're not putting that burden on our kid to educate us. Oh yeah, well, what else? Just educate me on this. No, that's not your job. So give yourself grace. If they're not willing to come to the table and meet you halfway, well, you can only do so much. And we always tell our kids, worry about the things you can control and don't worry about the things you cannot control.
Yeah.
That's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of your dad if he doesn't want to learn.
Yeah.
Okay? So don't beat yourself up and continue to like try and do everything you can. If he's not going to meet you, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
So, and then if he has FOMO, one day he'll come back and say, okay, well, what's going on here? You're not chasing me anymore.
Yeah.
So that's where I stand on that.
Same.
So hopefully that helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So question number 2 is how do you know if it's right to get back together with an ex? It's almost been 3 years. Well, I need more context. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Right. I need more context. Right. Is this person reaching out to you and saying, hey, I was just thinking about you. You were on my mind. Let's get together for dinner. Is it like that? Or are you like still mooning over this person after 3 years?
After 3 years.
And maybe that person broke up with their significant other. And now you're like, they're free. So I'm on the hunt. So like, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah. I mean, did you forget why he's your ex?
Well, there's no gender here.
Well, he or she. Yeah.
They.
They.
Just keep it general.
Yeah, right.
We don't know what they're, who they are and who they're pursuing, or what if they're pursuing who's pursuing who.
Sure.
And if the two of you broke up, I want you to revisit that.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
However, because you were saying, well, they're not together. after 3 years, so
Yeah.
they shouldn't be together. Didn't you say that?
No, yeah. I was jokingly when we first read it. I was like, well, it's been 3 years, jokingly. But I'm just saying, do you remember why you broke up in the first place?
Sure. Well, and then, because what I was going to say to your snarky remark was, what if they were like young and dumb?
Sure.
And maybe they matured.
Sure.
Maybe they both matured, and maybe they kind of like, it was like kismet. They just kind of met on the street and go, oh my God, how have you been? Oh, blah, blah, blah. And then now you guys have been talking, and then now you're both thinking, should we get back together? Maybe it's that. I'm not sure.
It could be.
But if it is, let's just say it is. You're both are thinking, should we get back together? You just have to ask yourself, what are you willing to tolerate?
Yeah.
And, or, kind of come to the consensus of like, okay, I don't like this, but I'll do it because of you.
Yeah.
Or, well, that plus where your boundaries are now.
Yeah.
After 3 years, you've probably changed a lot.
That's why I said, if you remember why they were your ex they've been your ex for 3 years. Why were they your ex?
Right.
Those are the things you're going to tolerate. Those are the things you're going to, right? Like.
Well, and also, maybe you were the problem.
I'm saying, and then you've changed in 3 years.
Yeah.
It could be a good thing. It could be a reminder.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So here's what I will say, regardless of what the context is. Sometimes we have this question because we're still in love with the person we first met.
Sure.
Which made us attracted to that person, which made us get together. And if that person no longer exists and then you guys broke up, going back, full circle,
sure,
maybe you're not still in love with that person. You're in love with the person from before you broke up, or even like when you first met. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So some people don't, they go like, I've told you this. We have a mutual friend and a couple friend, and we are not friends anymore for whatever reason. Well, we have our reasons, but like they sound so like they're just jealous of us or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's been evidence, and so it's like whatever. And we still want to be friends with them, but for whatever reason, they're distancing themselves from us, which is fine. Yeah. Happens all the time.
Sure.
Right? But I still, once in a while, something will remind me of this couple, and I'm like, man, I really miss these guys. Yeah. And Tate will go, no, you miss the fun, cool people when we first met them. Yeah. That's what you miss. You don't miss this couple. It's the way they were before they started wilding out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. Right?
Yeah,
and it's okay to miss that person. Yeah. People, it's okay to miss them at that point.
Sure.
But don't put yourself in harm's way because you're still holding on to that and forgetting about the reason why they broke up in the first place.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, that if those are the situations, those are the things I would be thinking about.
Sure.
The thought of breaking up, to me, it's hard. So I think like if this is an ex and it's broken up, there's a reason why we broke up.
Sure.
That's just what I would think.
But there's a million reasons that could have happened. You
Sure.
know what I mean? Timing could have been off.
Sure.
Maturity could have been lacking.
Yeah.
Infidelity. There could have been all kinds of things.
Sure.
Who knows?
And then you revisit, like you were saying, you hadn't seen each other in a minute, and then oh wow, they changed.
Yeah.
And that could be a good thing, and then it could be wow, they're the same mother.
Yeah. There's a reason why we're not together anymore. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Shit. No.
Yeah. I'm out. Right?
So I would evaluate and have a conversation with yourself and be honest with yourself.
Seriously.
And then you'll have your answer.
Yeah.
I feel that if you're asking the question, you already know. Right? Okay. So moving on. Number 3, this one says, how do you handle a person who is unaware they're being a bummer? Especially if we are related. Like, how do you let them know? Oof. Okay, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Can we just be honest?
Well, it's the best way, right?
I'm just going to be brutally honest with you, okay? You don't need to hang out with them anymore. I think you have your answer. They're bumming you out.
I know.
You're hanging out with someone who's always like, oh, well, it's so-and-so didn't talk to me today, and it's probably this. And then they make up stories in their head, and they make it infinitely worse. when that wasn't even the case. And people like that are centering themselves in the relationship. And they're always so, I don't know, it sounds so mean, but they're always so fucking needy. You know that person? And then that bums you out, or they're always Debbie Downer. Or do you ever see that skit on Saturday Night Live? And that's where Debbie Downer came from, or not came from, but like they like brought it to life, that character. And then she was like, well, everyone's like, oh my gosh, congratulations. There are like a bunch of people go out to dinner for cocktails or whatever to celebrate like a promotion or something.
Sure. And
they go, congratulations. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember when I had my promotion, but it wasn't as good as yours. And like whatever it was like, oh my God, you're so fucking draining to hang out with. Do you ever have people like that? Yeah. So.
Yeah. And we hung around a lot.
Like, so what did you do when you hung around that person?
I could only stand them, if we were hanging out, partying, it wasn't just them. It was a group of us.
Okay.
And I could only hang with him for the like, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah.
That conversation. And then I moved.
Did he say, I know, you never return my calls.
Yeah.
You never.
Yeah. That's the first.
I text you all the time. You don't respond.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. You know what I mean? And you're like,
Yeah. I hadn't seen him in a year, maybe. I think that's the longest I haven't seen him. This specific person. And it was so nice to see him, even though I knew he was a
bummer.
And then the first thing he says is some shit like that.
I know who you're talking about.
Some fucking stupid shit like that.
Is it the guy that I don't like?
Most likely.
I like all his friends, but there's like one or two that I'm like, nope, they can't come up.
That's the first thing that comes out of your mouth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's a reminder, and then it's like 5 seconds, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, and then you're like, and now it's going to be 5 years.
Yeah, and then I fucking say bye to everyone else except for that guy.
Yeah. Dude. And again, they're centering themselves because they're like, why is nobody talking to me? Well, because you're like that.
I know.
I can't. You're bumming me out.
And yes, they are related.
Yeah.
A lot of times they are.
I knew it. The one he's talking about, he is related to him, and I know exactly who you're talking about. And he's one of the two that I don't like.
I don't know if I necessarily told him. Maybe I did, but this was a while. This is like years later, obviously. But I just slowly stopped being in contact. I didn't just like right away cut him off. It was just truth, I didn't plan it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Yeah. So my focus shifts. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Well, yes and no. Because honestly, like if you're in this situation and someone's bumming you out all the time and they're like a high maintenance, we talked about this in a former podcast. We talked about when people are just not in alignment with you. Yeah. Right. They're not happy for you because they're too focused on their like shitty life or whatever. You get to a point where you're like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. But it's not planned. You're just like, nah. And then all of a sudden they start calling. You're like, screen that call. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're right. You didn't plan it, but you got to your wit's end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for this, and you are related to that person. I know exactly who you're talking about. Same. I have a family member who, in fact, I just talked to my therapist, Val. You guys remember Val? Talked to her yesterday, and I had brought this person up, and she said, let's talk about that. Yeah. And I said, oh, okay. And then we kind of went down that road, and I said, I just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. I'm like, here's how I know. And I told Val this. I said, that person makes me feel shitty every time I interact with them and leave. Right. So when I get in the car, remember the last episode, I said, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you as if you're the most important person on planet Earth, because my goal in talking to everybody is one, make them feel seen, make them feel loved, make them feel safe, regardless where you're at, where you come from. And then when you leave, I want people to say, man, well, it was really cool. Yeah. Well, I feel so comfortable, and she makes me feel good when I leave, and she makes me feel happy. That's just my goal, right? I just want everybody to because that's how I want people to talk to me. So with this person I was talking to Val about, I was like, man, every time I leave, I can't stand it. And when I leave, I go, ugh, and then I talk shit. I go, man, that person makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. That person makes me feel like I can't shine or talk to them about things that I'm excelling in because it makes them feel shitty. Mm-hmm. You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
So my long answer to your short question is you have to protect your own inner peace. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have an announcement. I am no longer going to be hanging out with you because you are a big bumper. You don't need to do that.
No.
You just start distancing yourself.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Just do it on your own way. Mm-hmm. There's no need to be dramatic about it.
Just when they ask you to go places, you say, about that. Or start ghosting them. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like when people ghost me. I would rather you tell me, hey, you pissed me off or whatever. But if you can't with this person, because it's either your own personality, you're an introvert, or non-confrontational, or you don't want the smoke from that person if you tell them that, then just quietly, maybe.
Sorry, I missed your call.
Yeah. I'm about to go in a tunnel right now, or I'm about to get on an airplane, something like that. And then when you respond to them, actually like make more time in between when you actually respond.
Yeah.
A day later, 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's how I did it. I didn't.
That's how I do it
purposefully. I didn't have it planned out. It just went from in person to calls to text.
Yeah, and just again, if they make you feel some type of way and you don't like it and it's negative, that's not a friend or family member you want to be hanging out with and spending your time with. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So draining.
Very, very draining. Okay. Yeah. So hope that helps. You can still love on them, by the way.
Yeah. You still love on them?
If that's where you are. You know, hey, I love this person, but I just don't have the mental capacity right now. Yeah. I don't have the space right now to like deal with that.
It's all good.
That's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person.
No.
That makes someone who's super unaware, self-aware, that they're making you feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay. So protect your inner peace. All right. That's enough on that. Okay. Question number 4 is my son, he's 5 years old, is autistic. How do I deal with dirty looks from others in public?
Jeez.
What do you think?
5 years. I'm not judging this person whatsoever. I would, if I had a 5-year-old son, he's autistic. I know my son's characteristics in 5 years.
Sure.
What he does every day.
Yeah.
He gets diagnosed. It confirms. So 5 years of dealing with it, with the kid in public, the kid in neighborhoods, parks, all that stuff. They're going to see it. People are going to make faces. So I would be the one, hey, what are you looking at? Is there a problem? You know what I mean? I know I would.
You're automatically coming out with your fist up. You're like, what the fuck are you looking at?
That would be, I'd have it all down in my head already. Yeah. I'd be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
You want to take a picture? It'll last longer. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have all those things down. You know what I mean?
So my guess is like, and again, autism, there's a spectrum.
Sure.
First, here's what I would do.
Yeah. I don't want to say I'm sounding confrontational either.
No, that's fine.
I just say I'd have all these things.
Yeah.
You know, like
you would have them in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying because you're not confrontational. Yeah. That would be mean. So when we were talking about this earlier, I go, my first instinct is I'm going to knock your lights out. What the fuck are you looking at? You know, that's in my head. But the new and improved 2.0 Noel would think, okay, perfect example. Never been to a dog show.
Yeah.
I went to a dog show today.
Right.
And people were staring at us.
Yeah.
And my first instinct is, what the hell are you looking at? Right? I know what you're looking at. There's a handful of brown people in this giant sea of white people. I get it. Okay. That was my first instinct. But also too is like, and I told you this in the car on the way home. I said, you're not going to make me feel uncomfortable. You are not going to make me feel uncomfortable. In fact, we're going to have some words, right? So when people were staring at me, and they didn't just stare at this dog show, they went like this. They did the up and down.
They did the pause stare. Yeah. Like I'm looking at you.
Yeah. And then I would look and I go, hey, how you doing? Oh my gosh, this is my first time at a dog show. You? Oh, your dog's so beautiful. And then they're like, oh, and they don't know what to say. Yeah. Right? You're not going to make me feel uncomfortable. I'm going to kill you with kindness. And then if you're still a dick, then maybe we'll have words. I don't know. But 100% of the time, that never happens.
Yeah.
Right? So when I see this, the dirty looks, and it's maybe your child is loud.
Sure.
Maybe they don't like loud noises. You know, maybe you buy headphones like you see the little babies wearing at NFL games or whatever. Maybe if you don't have those, just to maybe help. Like, what can you do to help your son navigate being in public? Because that's for him. That's not for anybody else.
True.
Not even there yet.
True.
That's for him to feel safe, comfortable, whatever that looks like for him. And if people stare and they're giving dirty looks, number one, like, maybe give them a little grace because maybe they've never seen anyone like that.
Truth.
Or maybe they don't like loud noises either. And they're like, that's like off-putting to them, or like, hey, what the hell? Also, where are you? Are you in a quiet movie theater?
Yeah.
Are you, again, we need more context.
Sure.
But just in general, if you're just at the store and maybe your son's loud, or maybe they like to tap or whatever, and people are giving him dirty looks, kill him with kindness, dude. Kill him with kindness. I'll give you another example. Our son that's why if you know us and you've been around for a while, we call him the baby beast.
Yeah.
Right? Call you the beast, he's the baby beast. My son was towering over kids when he first started playing flag football.
Right.
Like, I'm talking, the other kids came to his shoulder kind of big, like kind of jarring big. You know what I mean? And he was 4 when he first started, 3.5.
I don't know. I don't remember.
4. I think he was 3.5. I think I lied about his age. I think he had to be 4 to play flag football. And he still kind of talked like a baby. You know, it kind of had that, I mean, think about a 3-year-old. How do they talk?
Sure.
Right? Or a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
A little bit of baby talk. And I just remember this one lady looking at me going, oh, like making that condescending. It wasn't a dirty look. It was maybe he's special. And she asked me if my son was special. No, she didn't ask. She goes, oh, I love that you're putting your son in flag football, even though he's special.
I don't remember that.
Remember, it was at that park over by where Drew lives right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And she goes, your son, he's special, right? And I go, I would never in a million years think to say that to someone else, even if I knew they were special.
Right.
But what if they're not? Like, my son is not special. And I go, oh, yeah, I did hear you right the first time. No, he's not special. He's 3.5. And she was like, oh, my God. I'm so sorry. She didn't say sorry for saying he was special. She said, oh, I'm so sorry. He's so tall. I just thought he was special. What the actual fuck?
I don't remember that.
When he was first started playing.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so that was jarring for me.
Sure.
My point in telling you that story is I confronted her, but like a nice way. Oh, no, no, he's not special. He's only 3.5. He'll be 4 next week. In fact, it was in the summer. And and then immediately got embarrassed. So if people are giving
there you go.
your son dirty looks, say something.
Yeah, tell him.
But like, kill him with kindness.
It doesn't have to be confrontational.
No.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Dude, you know what I would do? I would probably be like, damn, he's loud, huh? He's so loud. This tapping,
I know.
God, it's so annoying sometimes.
I
but
know.
he can't help it. And if you feel comfortable, he's autistic. What are you going to do?
Man.
Am I right, son? You know what I mean?
He just loves tapping.
He loves it. Woo! It's kind of like listening to the Frozen song 5,000 times. It's so annoying sometimes, right? But isn't he cute? How cute is he? And what are they going to say? They're going to be like, oh, yeah. What are they saying? Oh, he's ugly?
Yeah.
No, right? That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would just kill him with kindness because, honestly, if they're giving dirty looks and you're giving them dirty looks, it's
not good. Yeah.
it doesn't help you.
No.
And all we care about is you.
Yeah.
The coolest, awesome, most awesome mom on the planet. You are awesome, and so is your fucking kid.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody steal that joy from you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, he's only 5. You got a lot more years coming, right? But I know what you feel like in a sense, because kids were mean to my son. They were, because he's such a giant kid.
Yeah.
The smaller shithead kids were bullying him.
Yeah.
And you want to just fight everyone, but then that brings stress and anxiety for you, and then you don't want to take your kid out, and then who knows, maybe you take it out on your kid and you don't mean to because you're yelling at him and you're like, what the fuck,
Sure.
It is hard. One of my really, really good friends Briaya, she has a severely autistic kid.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's tough.
I know.
I mean, he was what? I want to say 12, 13, still wearing diapers because he's severely autistic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was tough. It was hard to take him anywhere. And
Right.
so I've seen it and I get it kind of with my son. And, it's not good for you. And so
Yeah.
you just love on your kid and just kill those assholes with kindness,
Yeah.
So- And honestly, it's not a pass, but sometimes they don't know.
True.
They're like, man, look at that mom. She's not disciplining her kid. That would be me early on in my fuck shit years when I'm just judgy and, before therapy, Noel. Because I was so disciplined with my kids, our kids, you know what I mean? But anyway, just love up on your kid and just kind of like, maybe they don't know.
Yeah.
And just, make fun.
Yeah.
Make it
Light.
fun.
Yeah.
Make it light.
Yeah.
And not make fun of your kid. That's not what I meant to say. Just make it fun, make it light, and then honestly put it back on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just throw it back in their face.
And watch how embarrassed they are.
Yeah.
And then you're going to walk out going, damn, that was a good one. And then you got to come up with new ones.
Yeah.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And then share them with us so we can share them here. I would love to hear, Okay, that's number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have time for one more, honey.
Okay, question number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Should I remain friends with the guy who rejected me?
Right. So I guess here's how I'm looking at it. If we were talking
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna like this is cool. Like I like have the hots for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so old. I have the hots. Boom, chicka boom. I have the hots for this guy. And you say, nah, I'm good. Right?
Yeah.
Do I remain friends with you?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I think. You know what I mean? That's the way I'm thinking it.
Is that what you were saying?
I thought they were already friends.
Right.
He or she decided to make the next move, and someone got rejected. So now, do we stay friends?
Yeah. The answer is no.
No.
No. Just for your pride alone. No. Well, and here's why. Also, like your pride is probably crushed right now. Your soul is probably crushed. But here's the reason why. They don't see value in you.
Yeah. Period.
And the fact that you use the word rejected
Yeah.
tells me it was something embarrassing that you're going to like hold on to for a really long time.
Yeah.
But don't. Here's why. I'm just presuming, okay? I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe you guys are really young and he's just a shithead and you're like, but he's the best thing that ever, No. There's so much more life ahead of you. And if that person rejected you, which I'm assuming it was in a not so nice way,
Yeah.
they don't see value in you. They they don't respect you. You don't need to be friends with that person.
Period.
And here's a tip. This is for all of you guys, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, whatever. What would you tell your best friend if that happened to them?
Yeah.
Would you say, he was rejected, but maybe he was in a bad mood. Like, let's go. You should give him another shot. No. They didn't see value in you. They didn't see the potential of like you guys being together. They don't have the same attraction to you for whatever reason. Don't waste your time on people who don't value you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You don't need to be a part of his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Period.
And here's what I will say.
Or she or whatever, right?
Exactly. Here's what I will say, and I hope you hang on to this forever. Okay. If they reject you, they did you a fucking favor.
I know, man.
Because 99.9% of the time,
It's stupid.
well, that. But when they reject you, you're going to look back and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? That person's so ugly, or their character is ugly, or what a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Thank God
Yeah.
that person did me a favor.
Yeah.
So hang on to that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you will live a lifetime of misery. And for what? Pining over someone who rejected. No, sweetheart. No.
Keep moving.
And I don't know if this is an LGBTQ community type relationship or if it's a straight relationship. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Across the board.
Across the board.
You are worth more You deserve better.
Mm-hmm.
And that idiot did you a favor. You dodged a bullet, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
You know, you were assuming you had the same feelings, I'm assuming. And you shot your shot, right? They don't have the same feelings. They don't need to be a part of your life.
Exactly. And guess what? The glow up afterwards, when you like...
Keep pushing.
Dude, no, I'm just talking about you getting better, you getting smarter, making more money, cutting your hair, wearing makeup, like whatever. And not even like, to wear makeup for the male gaze, but I'm just saying like investing that into you and having a relationship with you first, worth its weight in gold.
Yeah. Winner.
Because all of that will build confidence and this, that, and then you're going to attract everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. You're going to be doing the rejecting.
Yeah. You're going to be like, no, I'm good.
Right?
Happened to me a lot, you guys. We can go down a whole rabbit hole of how I was rejected a lot in my younger years. And it's because I'm too much. I'm too loud. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm too athletic. Can you believe that? A guy told me, you're just like too athletic, like a man. And I go, thank you.
He's intimidated.
Yeah, because I whooped his ass. I
I
whooped his ass in a kickball game. A kickball game. And we're like in high school, like seniors in high school. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And I did get sad. I used to get sad, like, man, I'm like the best friend. I'm the girl who's always the best friend with all the dudes. Because no one was, ever invested in me romantically. But all my other friends were. And I'm like, now what? That was like the beginning of my senior year, and then afterwards I met you fucker. And you landed me. Anyway, see how that works out? So no, you do not remain friends with the person who rejected you. No. Move on and make new friends.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So this is like just kind of dovetailing with everything that we've talked about, right? You guys are asking questions because you genuinely want to change your ways. Yes? So this one comes from none other than Albert Einstein, who, by the way, all his fame and fortune, everything was attributed to his wife, who got no credit for all the shit that he discovered. Anyway, just putting that out there. Look it up. It's true. But I do love this quote. It says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Huh? You know what I mean? Maybe he'll change. Maybe she won't cheat on me anymore. Maybe. And you keep doing the same shit over and over again. And you're like, why does this keep happening to me? Because you're not changing and you're not growing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if something is not working in your life, okay, you need to change it and figure out what it is that you need to change to make it better for you. Protect your peace, protect your family, protect your happiness and your joy.
Yeah.
And because you're worth it. Right?
Yes, 100%.
And we're so happy that you're here. And we know that you are seen, you are loved, you are safe here. Thank you guys so much for coming back.
I know. We appreciate you guys.
Every week.
What is this, 26? 26?
26, baby. I always think, oh man, we're almost to 30 and we're only on 26. That's how I operate up here. Right?
Nice.
All right, cool. One more thing. Don't forget, get your Loud book tour with the two idiot girls tickets because we have now another venue that just sold out on the East Coast. And we are fired up. We can't wait to meet you guys and see you guys.
Yeah, we're so excited. And all the comments on our YouTube channel, meeting us, can't wait to meet us. We can't wait to meet you guys either.
I want to talk to you guys about that. Knock it off. Just kidding. Your comments make me cry every time. Except for the ugly ones. Then I just block and report you. But all the beautiful ones and like examples and your own life experiences that you feel safe enough to share with us online in a public forum. Oh my gosh, I'm literally crying every time. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm at the dentist, I'm at the doctor, I'm at a graduation, I'm looking at them going, what? This is so cute. And I screenshot all of them.
I know.
I love them so much.
Thank you.
So yes, and I do want to do a post. I want to with some sappy, heart-punching music so, you can cry with me and look at all these things that everybody's been sending us, and they're so beautiful.
They are. And
I love the little community that we're building here.
Yes.
It makes me so happy and grateful. Yeah?
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps every time.
We love you guys so much.
I know.
So, okay, that's it for today.
That's it.
Episode 26.
26.
Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.